to another episode of our Not So Simple Lives podcast. And today, we're back. We're back after a few weeks. We're in sweatpants. If you're watching on YouTube, sorry, you get it. It's
Gray Sweatpants Club.
We're in the gray sweatpants. I actually changed into sweatpants because I was getting ready. And I was like, Delaney walked in the door and I was like, oh my God, you're in sweatpants? And she's like, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, then I'm not changing. No. I'm wearing sweatpants too. And we're just going with it.
You guys don't even see our pants, really.
Well, you kind of can.
A little bit.
It's okay. And it's the gray on gray for me. Whoops, sorry.
It's a gray. Honestly, I love a growl. A gray outfit.
You know what?
Do you guys wear growls?
You get it. You get it because it's winter time, a little chillier. We're getting cozy, but I'm not going to wear a sweatshirt because I didn't want to start sweating. So we're just cozy. Okay, we have a lot to talk to you guys about today. So our equipment has been a little bit like shaky, you know. If you listen to the last episode, I think that one was, we were like sounding like we were across the room. I hope we don't sound like that today. We spent like 30 to 40 minutes testing, trial, error, everything, testing the equipment, updating the equipment, figuring out the issue.
There's just some issues with like the cords and the connection and stuff, but we figured it out.
Podcasters, or if you're doing anything with, you know, equipment, I think you can all relate that, you know, technology sometimes doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
And it just malfunctions.
Yeah. We also don't have like a crew. It's us.
We don't have a crew.
We're the crew.
We're figuring it out as we go. And it's all trial and error. Even after doing this almost 6 years, we've been evolving. So we haven't used this equipment. It hasn't even been a year yet that we've been using it. So we're just learning with it, figuring it out. But we just went to Survivor Series.
We did.
Like a week ago at this point.
Literally a week.
A week ago today. That's crazy. So it was a great weekend. So I went to WrestleMania back in April. I didn't go to WrestleMania, but I went to Vegas for WrestleMania. And actually, I'm thinking about going to Vegas for WrestleMania again.
Are you?
Yeah, because I it's so close. Like flights are like $100, and then hotels are actually pretty reasonable. Mm-hmm. And I love Vegas, so I might go back this year. And it's not Easter weekend, so I think, you know, like people would be more inclined to want to come with me. But you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Last year it was fine going by myself, even though I had anxiety. But Survivor Series is one of the WWE's big 4 PLEs of the year, which means that it's one of their like biggest events of the year. It's like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series is like right there. They're all 4 big events that they do every single year. Mm-hmm. And they came to Petco Park in San Diego. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I was like, of course we had to go.
Well,
tickets were pretty expensive.
Let's preface because Eric was like, oh my God, Survivor Series is going to be in San Diego this year. I was like, because I like wrestling, but I'm not as big of a fan as you are. So I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I love that. And he goes, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I bought her ticket.
He already bought the ticket. He's like, you're going with me.
Sorry.
I was like, oh.
Okay. We were in the nosebleeds, but we were row 1. So
I think
it ended
our
up
seats
being,
were really
I liked them. I mean, yeah, it would have been great to be a little closer to see a little more of the action. But like, the tickets were $230 each for that
I didn't
space.
know they were that expensive.
Yeah, paid like almost $500 for the tickets, but it's fine because I wanted to go and like it was something that like is going to be memorable or whatever. So I actually really liked our seats. We had a really good view. We had like a bird's eye view, and I hate sitting behind people because you know sometimes people stand up.
Yeah,
and we're a little bit shorter. So when I can't see, and that would have pissed me off if I'm like, we're standing up again, you know? So, and we were on the end too. So when we had to get up to like get a snack or something or go to the bathroom, we didn't have to be like, excuse me, you know?
Yeah, go through people.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
So it was a great event. It was so cool. There were 2 women's matches. There was the women's War Games match, which is basically like 2 teams of 5 girls that go at it in a cage. And like one of them from the team member enters like every 5 or 3 to 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it's just really intense. It's pretty like, there's a lot of weapons being used, and they did the entrances kind of like a Royal Rumble style this year. Yeah. So they had the countdown, and then someone entered. So it was even though you knew who was in the match, it was like, oh, who's coming out next? So that was really cool. And just being in Petco Park, I just like stopped and looked around so many times because I was like, dude, it's so cool.
It was really cool how they set up the ring and like that whole middle area. Like, was way like grander than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and the pyro didn't scare the hell out of me this time because it was all the way on the other side of the arena.
True, yeah.
When we were at WrestleMania a couple years ago. Like, We were right behind the pyro.
It was colorful pyro too.
Yes, it was all like colors. I got really good pictures, and like I said, we had a pretty good view. I could see all of the girls in the ring, and so it was really cool. I definitely hope they come back to Petco Park because that was that was a unique experience. That was the first time they've done an event at Petco Park, I think. Mm-hmm. But I think it was a really big success, so I hope that they come back eventually.
I think they did get a little snippet of Triple H talking about, like, they were like, how excited are you to be at Petco Park and doing this event here? Like, how is this, like this baseball field, like this arena, different than an enclosed, like, stadium or, like, concert, like, venue? And he said it's cool, but he said it definitely is, like, harder to
because they got to go in through the dugout.
Yeah.
And make their entrances, which is just like a awkward entryway.
Yeah.
And there was no room for the cages. So usually with war games, the girls that are not in the match are like locked in cages at the end of like the entrance ramp. Mm-hmm. And then they would come out of the cages when their music hit. So they had to do, I don't think there was room for the cages.
Right.
So they had to do the Royal Rumble style entrances because of it's at a baseball stadium and you just have to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah, right.
So,
because they also had like people who bought tickets. Like there was tons of chairs on the ground on the field too.
It was like 46,000 people. Yeah, over 46,000 people were there, and like I think every match was really good. What was your favorite match?
My favorite match, let me think. Honestly, this is gonna be kind of funny because we really like the women's matches, but I thought that John Cena, Dominic Mysterio,
because Liv Morgan returned.
Yeah, because Liv Morgan. But I thought their match was like pretty good though. I mean,
I thought it was really like intense. It kept you on the edge of your seat. There was a lot going on. And then Liv Morgan returned like early from getting shoulder surgery.
And I think it helps like when the crowd is really into it too, and it seems like everybody's hyped up about that, because going into something that's a little controversial, but you said you rewatched the match on your TV, like, because you have that ESPN Plus. Mm-hmm. I don't have that. I know it's a little pricey, a little expensive.
It's so pricey.
But when Nikki Bella and
Stephanie
Becker, their match, the crowd was kind of like crickets.
So they were in something that was known as like the death spot because there was only 4 matches, but like the women's War Games match was first, and like everyone's really hyped for that.
Yeah.
And then you had John Cena, which this was his last match at a premium live event. So it was like his last match at like a big stadium.
Everyone was like wearing his shirt and stuff. Yeah. So like Survivor Series, I feel like he was the main
attraction.
Like the main attraction, like that's the match everybody was like excited for, I feel like.
And then you had Liv Morgan return, which was like shocking. You had like Roxanne and Raquel getting involved in the match. You had like Finn Balor and James D. McDonough running out. There was like a lot of shenanigans going on. Yeah. So it like kept people like in the edge of their seats. So like by the time people were like burnt out from the women's War Games because it's just exciting, and then you're burnt out from that match, so you're like kind of tired by the time the third match hits and you're like ready for the main event. Yeah. So unfortunately that was Stephanie and Nikki, and then also they didn't really give a lot of time to build that story up on like Raw. They had like maybe 3 weeks of build to it, if that. So it was kind of a weaker story. Okay. Like there wasn't a lot behind the story. It was more like, oh, Nikki Bella attacked Stephanie and turned heel, and that's her friend. Yeah. And now like then we didn't really see Nikki again. We saw her once, and she just had like a quick like 2-minute segment or something where she like attacked her, which Nikki did the best with what she was given. Right. But like there just wasn't a lot of tender love and care given to that story. So when there's not a good story behind it, sometimes the fans are a little bit less. But yeah, it was like, well, we were rooting for Nikki Bella because obviously. Yeah. But like
everyone wanted her to
lose. She's the heel, and like so everyone's rooting against her, but I'll never root against Nikki Bella. Are you kidding me? Right. So
I feel like my personal opinion, and I think you agreed, but I feel like they really missed out on the opportunity of bringing Brie out.
I was so ready for Brie to return, but as soon as Liv came out and returned, I was like, they're not going to do 2 big returns back to back.
But see, I feel like they should have, because this is a big event. There's supposed to be big things happening. I guess if you want more hype, more excitement around the whole event, I feel like you got to kind of bring out all your, tricks that you have.
I think that it's like also like, I do understand that Stephanie is like newer and they're trying to build her up, but Nikki Bella gets mainstream media attention, and she was going on all these big social platforms and like Good Morning America. Like she was on all of these different shows promoting Survivor Series. So it's like you could do the shock factor of like Brie coming in, helping her win, and everyone like all the freaking little internet wrestling community being so mad that Nikki Bella won. But it's like you're going to get people talking. You're going to get mainstream media talking. You can just have Nikki hold it for like a few months, have her lose it again at the Royal Rumble if you want to, but like just the fact of like having Nikki win like a world title in 2025 going into 2026 with Brie by her side, I feel like would be like really iconic, and it wouldn't really hurt Stephanie as much because like she would win by cheating.
I was gonna
so
say
Stephanie wouldn't really be like hurt by that, and she wouldn't have been expecting Brie.
I feel like it would have definitely opened an opportunity too with storyline, like if Brie did come out, because then Stephanie could find like a tag team, and then there could be a tag team matchup between the two.
And then it gives Stephanie more of that like underdog of like people feeling like bad for her because they're like, oh, like she's newer, like she's a good wrestler and she lost because Nikki cheated to win the title. And so there's just more excitement around the story of like, oh my God, Nikki Bella is a champion. And then Stephanie Vaquer has to go on this chase to get it back. And then you have the Bella twins back in WWE. I just feel like there was just so much more because it's like if you're going to give a match like this, one of 4 spots out of all of the storylines going on in WWE right now, then you should have built it up a little bit better. But I still was so proud of Nikki. And we want to get into Nikki. So like I met Nikki Bella and Alexa Bliss the day before Survivor Series, and Nikki Bella actually recognized me, which was kind of iconic. But I was telling Laney that it's such a quick interaction. I know I talked about it when I talked about WrestleMania. It's so quick that like you can't even like think in the moment. So I just like walked up to her and like she was like, I remember you. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, there's no way. I was like, wow.
I was like, I'm not surprised. Like every time he does have like some type of interaction with her, I'm like, did she remember you? Because like I feel like you've had like a lot of opportunities to interact with her like one-on-one. And so I'm like, at this point, she should remember who you are.
Well, but you have to think about it. It's like, I think of it as like, you know, I'm a server. And, like, it happens to me where, like, I'll have tables come into my section, and they're like, oh, my God, you were a server last time. And I'm like,
oh, yeah. I mean, like, you're like...
I was like, yeah, no, I totally was. I remember you. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
you know?
right,
So, I'm like,
exactly.
I'm thinking about that as an... And I know it's a little bit different because, like, I pay to, like, meet Nikki Bella. But, like, she meets hundreds of fans. So it's, like... For her to remember me, like, not saying, like, I like to think I'm kind of memorable, but, you know, for her to remember, like, one specific fan when she meets so many people, like, it's like me with my tables. Right. I'm like, I don't freaking remember you. But then if I see them, like, enough times, I'll be like, oh, yeah, like, I do remember you. But she was the one I don't remember. It's like, it's all a blur. I don't really remember if she said, like, I remember you first, or if I said, like, I met you at WrestleMania. I feel like she said that. I don't know. But it's such a quick interaction. You don't even recognize or remember what really happened. But then Alexa Bliss, she was so sweet. Like, Nikki Bella and Alexa Bliss are both just so sweet. It was just so funny, too, because when I was walking away from Nikki Bella, like, I don't really get nervous with celebrities. Like, you get a little bit nervous, but they're just, like, people. I just talk to them like normal. Right. So I was talking and Alexa Bliss, and then we met Chelsea Green together. They like laughed at something I said. Like they thought it was funny. And I was like, oh my God, you think I'm funny?
You think I'm funny?
So Nikki Bella and I was walking away. I was like, I'm so dramatic. So I was like, you got this tomorrow, girl. You got this. And she's like, yeah, I do. And she high-fived me. She's like, I totally got this. And then we were like going back and forth. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
But I'm just like dramatic like that where I'm like trying to hype her up. I was like, I'll be there.
Yeah. She's probably like,
dude,
okay.
I don't even know. Like, it's just a blur. I probably was really cringy. I just don't even like to think about it too much because then I'll be like, wow, I'm such an idiot. But it's cool. If you have the opportunity to meet, like, one of your favorite celebrities, I know that it's sometimes people don't have the best interactions with them.
Mm-hmm.
But at least with Alexa and Nikki and Chelsea, like, they were all so sweet and they all took the time.
And I like Chelsea Green, but I don't like follow her like as much. Like I don't really follow like a lot of these wrestlers as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, super excited just to be there with you.
Yeah.
And, experience that with you. But like when I met her, like I didn't even know what to say. I was just like,
dude,
I was like, hi. Well, no, she was interacting with you, but then like I don't know, I think she was like, oh, I gotta talk to this girl too, because she was like, oh, there's another person here.
Yeah.
She like looked at me, she's like, thank you so much for coming, like smiling, she's staring into my soul.
I know,
and I was
so
like,
funny.
I was like, thank you.
Well, it's almost bye. Like, well, so with Chelsea,
it's really
they
quick.
told, exactly, and I was telling you, I was like, I tell everyone, because people are like, why didn't you say this, why didn't you say this? I was like, dude, you don't get it. There's no time.
You talked to her for like 10 seconds. We had to take a picture. And then she was like, thank you so much for coming to me.
And then you're done.
And I said, thank you. And we're like, okay, bye.
But it's like, so I think with Chelsea, I had thought of what I wanted to say. But then the person before us, they were like, oh, you're taking a little too long. They told her that she's taking a little bit too long.
She was like, how am I doing? And they're like, and they were just like, oh, like, am I not moving fast enough? And they just all started laughing, like the people that were working, like doing the pictures and stuff like that. And they started laughing. She goes, what? She's like, am I not moving fast enough? And they were like, no, like, you're fine. And she was like, okay, so I'm doing really good. And they're like, I would say you're doing a little below average.
Yes, so they said that to literally like right before me and Laney walked up.
They said it right before we went up.
So I'm thinking in my head, well, like
she's gonna have to hurry
I'm
up.
gonna have to go quick. So then I literally walked up to her and was like, we love you, you're an icon. And then she was like, oh, keep going. And I was like, I could keep going all day. And then she started laughing. So like she thought it was funny.
She's really tall.
She's very tall. I don't know if she was wearing heels. I forgot to look.
I didn't look either.
But
there was too much going on in the moment, guys.
There's a lot going on. That's the thing is like, and you're waiting, and we waited in line for a long time. Same thing with Nikki, as I was like crammed in. So I was like having anxiety because I was like by myself when I met Nikki Bella. And I was like, just like, oh my God, this is a lot. It was like there were so many people packed in because they did like 5 different wrestler meet and greets at once. So there's all the lines at once. So by the time I met Nikki, I was like exhausted and like just like, oh my gosh, like get me the hell out of here.
Well, it's like, I think we had to have been up talking or like to meet Chelsea Green. Like we were probably up there for less than a minute. Like
oh yeah, when they it's like, definitely like at least like 15 seconds. Like
no, I mean like I think we were maybe there for like 30 seconds because of the picture and stuff. Yeah. But like it was not even a minute.
Like it was fast. By. Like it's very fast. Like I feel like it's at least like 15 to 30 seconds. But all in all, like these events are really cool. It's really cool meeting the girls and like taking pictures with them and like having those memories. And I wore Alexa Bliss's shirt and she was like, oh, I love your shirt. And I was like, well, I had to rep you, girl. And she thought that was funny, but I told her I liked her outfit. I don't know. It's fun. If you have the chance, even if you're not a fan of wrestling, to meet anyone, whether it's a singer, a TV show actor that you like, it's definitely pretty rewarding. But moving on. So you guys know if you've been following us for since the start, we do these end of the year face-off tournaments for 2025. Well, this year it's 2025 Movie of the Year and Artist of the Year. And well, if you're listening to this, I think you already either know who wins the Artist of the Year at this point, or the finals.
The results are coming out either like probably the day of you're listening to this or the day after.
Or the day after. So, I mean, we'll be a little bit quicker with the artist since you already pretty much know who wins that. But I want to give a little predictions.
Yeah, we're going to do predictions.
I think that for Artist of the Year, there were a lot of great options to choose from. It was so hard to narrow it down. But I think that the options we did go with, there was a lot of like buzz around it. A lot of people were like, commenting with the preview and everything and liking
Mm-hmm.
it and being like, oh, this was like good or whatever. I think slash thought that Sabrina Carpenter or Taylor Swift are going to win. And if I had to pick one, I probably was going to go with Sabrina
Mm-hmm.
because she's had like a really great, and she won last year. So how crazy would it be if she won 2 years in a row?
Hey, I mean, she keeps coming out with bangers, so it's
She
like,
does. I will say I wasn't the biggest fan of Sabrina's album this year. I really loved her last year. She was my number one artist last year.
well, she always has like a main single that like kind of pops off. It seems like as of like the last like 2 years now. Like if she comes out with music, there's always like one or two songs that like really go mainstream.
But
And
this
I
year I
think
feel like there wasn't one that really I heard everywhere. Whereas like last year
I
there
think
was
it was
like
the song. I think you put it on the
so there was Tears and Manchild, but I feel like I didn't even like
I
hear
hear
those
that.
as much as I heard her last year.
Not as much as last time, but I think actually Manchild was probably played more than Tears.
And so,
Um,
what I thought of when I put Sabrina in is that she came out with her short and sweet deluxe album this year too, which I
mm-hmm.
really liked. Busy Woman and 15 Minutes on that one, which those were new songs.
Busy Woman and I don't know if it was Espresso.
Well, that came out last year.
I know, but on my Spotify rap,
Oh,
it's my fourth and fifth song. So I have her twice on my
oh
top
wow.
songs. I do like listening to her. I don't know.
I don't have Spotify Wrapped, but I have Apple Music Replay, and my number one artist of the year was Tate McRae.
I love that.
So
So my number one song is Sports Car.
that's so freaking funny. I love that song. It's
like,
really like Pussycat Dolls /
it
Britney.
is, yeah.
Britney vibes, and I really love that. She's really having like a great year this year. Like I feel like this is her best year to date because she's been like up and coming. I don't think she's a strong enough artist to win the Face Off tournament,
I agree.
but she's definitely like up and coming.
She's getting up there. Now I want to talk about something that's a little controversial.
Let's talk about it.
My number 2 song on my Spotify, I don't think this is accurate, but the other songs I just said that were on there, I think are accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But they put fucking, sorry, I'm swearing. They put fucking Ordinary by Alex Warren as my number 2 song.
Well, but it has to be based on data.
But I hate that song.
So you didn't listen to it like at all on Spotify?
I might have listened to it a few times when it came out, like to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate that song. So
That's
how is
so
it my
funny.
number 2 song? Someone let me know because I don't know. I don't like that song. I have an older car now and I have to listen to the radio because it doesn't have Bluetooth. I don't even want to talk about it. It's like,
You're like, I don't even want to talk about it.
it's like it's a gentle subject. But that song is always on the radio and I get so annoyed.
Well, and I don't even know who like really that is. Like I feel like he just came out
He's
this
like
year.
a new artist, but like that song
blew
it's
up
everywhere.
And you know what? It was like
sorry if you like that song. It's not like a bad song.
It's a pretty good song, but he was like topping the Billboard charts like all year. And that's also what I take into account when we choose the Face Off people is that like I look at like who's been doing like the Billboard Hot 100, like the top artists of that. Mm-hmm. And I take that into account too when we're picking the people to be in the Face Off.
I kind of just pick people I like.
Well, no, so like I do like people that I like, and then you send people you like.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like the top artists on the Billboard charts too.
Oh, okay.
So I'll add them into the mix of the people that we already put in.
Got it.
If that makes sense. Yeah. And then like followers can submit. I know it's too late now for Artist of the Year, but please comment or DM us if you like a movie. Even if you think for sure it's going to make it in. Yeah, still send us a comment.
There's going to be a movie one too. So if you're like mad or like annoyed that you didn't vote for the Artist of the Year, vote for the movie one because
there's a lot of good movies.
There's a lot of great movies that came out.
But before we get into movies really, really quick, what do you think / what did you think or who did you think was going to win for Artist of the Year? I know you were talking about the Joe Bros.
So I don't know if I think I mentioned it on an episode like around September-ish, but I did see the Jonas Brothers in concert and that was just like a really cool, like full circle moment for me because I loved the Jonas Brothers growing up and I never got to go to like any of their concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they were like really big, you know, back in the day. So being able to go to their concert now was such a like cool thing to do, like as an adult. Really like appreciate, like obviously they're playing all the throwbacks and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
But I just think that they had such a crazy like good year because like all their concerts they're bringing out artists with them. I don't know about you, but I don't see like a lot of artists doing that at their concerts. Like every single place they went to, they brought out somebody to sing with them.
Yeah.
And it's like it was always like a surprise. So like we're predicting, like I was trying to like predict, okay, who's going to come out. I'm looking at who are artists that live in San Diego area, which was like Switchfoot and like who is it? Blink 182, like people
Oh,
that are
shit.
from San Diego
I didn't even know that.
that are yeah. And they brought out Switchfoot when I was there, which was good. Like I do like Switchfoot. My girlfriend wasn't super happy that they brought out Switchfoot because I feel like they could have brought like, you know, better people.
They're like, I don't.
And they brought out Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz is from San Diego.
Fun.
So
okay.
that was cool.
Wow.
They brought out Switchfoot first, and then they brought out Jason Mraz. So like they're bringing out these artists at every single concert venue that they're going to.
Yeah. So it's like a big tour that they're doing, and you thought they were gonna win Artist of the Year.
Well, you know what? Like I just think that they were doing so well that I thought maybe they might win. I also was like Sabrina Carpenter's had a really big year, and I'm like she might win again, like honestly. But then like you have Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift wins everything too. So I'm like, I don't know.
And then you have Ariana Grande, who just came was Glinda in Wicked. Even though Wicked's not doing as great as the first one,
yeah.
But you know that's fresh in everyone's mind. So there was just a lot of like heavy hitters in this face-off tournament.
I thought even maybe Huntress from
oh my god
K-pop Demon Hunters, but I'm like I don't know.
People were commenting, they're like, oh, Huntress is definitely gonna win, and I was like,
god.
oh shit. I was
like I work with kids, so I'm like, if there was kids voting in our face-off, automatic that's gonna win.
Yeah,
100%, because it was just so hot. Like it came out like kind of over the summer. And the kids are still obsessed with it.
Well, and I want to take this into a good segue into movie of the year.
Okay, go ahead.
So we can kind of like predict on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that K-pop Demon Hunters is a strong contender to win movie of the year.
I agree.
Because even the adults that watch it, and people think I'm like crazy, because I honestly, when you said watch K-pop Demon Hunters over the summer, I was like, what the fuck?
You probably thought I was fucking
I was
insane.
Like, what is that? Like, K-pop Demon Hunters.
I was like, trust me, I wouldn't be going off crazy like this if it wasn't good. Like, I feel like I don't really like persuade someone to try to do something unless I like truly like love it and think it's so good. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like if I'm like that, it's probably for a good reason. Yeah,
so I watched it and I was like, wait, this is actually so good, and the music is really good too, even though it is an animated movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a strong contender, because originally, like, I had thought that Wicked would win, because I think I have to go back. I was meaning to do this before we started recording, but actually last year in these in the face-offs, we predicted who was gonna win 2025 face-off. I think we both said Wicked Part 2 is gonna win for movie of the year.
We just like, I think we were just going off of the first one, but
yeah,
we did see Wicked for good.
We did. It was good.
And it was good, but we have some thoughts about it.
Yeah, it was just like I feel like there was a lot going on. Like I think they were just trying to tie up all these loose ends. And I was like, okay, interesting. Like, and then they brought in like the Dorothy aspect, and then her like the ode to the original movies.
And
so I was like,
okay. I don't know if anyone else thought this. Like, I thought they were kind of doing this on purpose, like in the trailer leading up to Wicked for Good coming out. But how they were not showing like Dorothy's face and like not showing, you know, like the rest of that little
like
gang.
the Tin Man and
like
the
not
Scarecrow.
showing the rest of them, like just for like like, oh my God, like they're going to be in it. That's so exciting. For it to really be like that in the whole movie. Sorry, this is going to be spoiler. So if you haven't seen Wicked for Good, then maybe like skip a little bit.
Yeah.
But they never even show them. Like they don't have any lines, they don't have like anything.
Yeah.
And so it's like I understood what they were trying to do, but it's like it was almost kind of clickbaity in a sense. Like it was kind of like, oh, okay, like why'd you hype that all up for what? And it, I don't know, people that like the original, like Wizard of Oz and stuff. I know the two are like, Wicked was a story based off of Wizard of Oz, like kind of, that point of view versus Wizard of Oz point of view. So it's not really like what actually happened, but someone just like created that, storyline. And I like that. I love that because they did that with Star Wars and like with Ahsoka, with her being Anakin's Padawan and stuff. If you watch Clone Wars, and I think her story is amazing, and I really liked it. And I really liked Wicked's like point of view storyline.
Well, I think that I don't want to say it was underwhelming. I think it was really good, but I think that there was maybe just a lot of hype around it.
Yeah.
And I think that after the first one, like everyone was really, really hyped for it. And I think that some things kind of like fell a little bit flat where you're like, oh, okay, well, what happens now? Like, I think we were talking a lot about the Tin Man, like how he like didn't really like get, like, we're like, well, what happened to him? He was all angry. Like, what happened,
Yeah. That's a thing too. They made all the like the lion and the Tin Man, they made them very like angry characters.
And then it was kind of weird how like the Scarecrow like even joined up with them.
Yeah.
Because everyone else like hated the Wicked Witch, but he was like Fiyero. Maybe he was really weak because he was made out of straw now, so he needed to go with them in order to get to her. But they, like I said, they never really explained like why Fiyero joined up with the rest of the gang who like hates the Wicked Witch, because Dorothy hates her because she's told to hate her.
Right.
And then the lion has a grudge, and so does the Tin Man.
Well, it's funny because in The Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch literally sets the Scarecrow on fire.
I know, I saw that. I was like,
okay.
have a little fire, Scarecrow. I'm like, oh my God. So anyways, I think that is a strong contender to still win Movie of the Year.
Yeah.
I think that's
I have to say my favorite part in that movie.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
My favorite part in that movie, like, hands down, it's like, it's like such a lesbian scene, but it's when like, she puts Glinda in the closet and they're like singing for good and they're like crying, and I was like, okay,
it's just very dramatic.
You almost got me. I like, if I watched it again by myself, I might cry.
I might cry too, but when we watched it, I didn't even cry once.
And then like you see it, like that's when Dorothy throws the freaking water on her, and then she starts melting, and Glinda's like seeing it through the crack in this area that like
I do think it was a good like I think it was a good like way to end the movie. Yeah. I do think it was really emotional. I do like that they added that aspect in, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it's going to fare in the face-off tournament. I really don't know because, like I said, I think it's a strong contender to win. But then you also have movies like Superman, and I actually really like Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
What else came out? Fantastic Four. There was like that Jurassic World. I just think there's so many like strong contenders this year.
There's a lot.
I feel like I say that every year though. But I think there's a lot of big heavy hitter movies. But it's hard with the Movie of the Year because either you've seen it or you haven't.
Right.
So a lot of times with the movies that are still in theaters, they might not get, like you saw like Moana 2 last year came out at the end of the year, and like it wasn't like the best movie, but it might have gotten a little more votes if it had maybe come out earlier in the year.
Yeah. And even like still two like big movies that are still coming out for this year that haven't come out yet. Well, Zootopia 2 just came out.
We're going to go see that.
We haven't seen it,
2, and then Wake Up Dead Man, which is the Knives Out.
And then Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Oh, yeah.
That's the third one of that franchise.
I'm not big into those.
But those are really big movies that, I don't know, they do really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I know my girlfriend wants to rewatch those two movies and then watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
But they're so long.
They're so long. I'm not big into like the Avatar movies. I'm trying to. This year we didn't really have a lot of movies that came out in the beginning of the year that were big. I feel. I mean, you had like Snow White, which is controversial. You had like Sinners, which I know Sinners will like broke a lot of records.
So a lot of people liked Sinners. I might be like the oddball in that. Like I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was like amazing. I don't know if you watched it yet or not.
I haven't, but I'm gonna try. I don't know. It depends on what movies make it in, but I'm gonna try to watch every single movie that makes it into our face off to vote from like a perspective of like I've seen all these movies. So if I can, I'm going to try and watch every single movie that makes it into our face off to try and give like the best possible vote that I could.
I'm like, well, maybe I'm not just the oddball because like Layla felt the same way about it. She was like, it was like.
You want to know what the top grossing movie in America is right now?
Zootopia 2?
No, it's a Minecraft movie.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah. I haven't seen that either.
I haven't seen, but that came out in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I just think that there's so many. Well, what is your final prediction for movie of the year though? Like if you have to pick one right now, because for artist of the year, I said Sabrina Carpenter, you said Jonas Brothers, right?
I think I'm gonna pick K-pop Demon Hunters. I think I because honestly, like I don't think there's another movie this year other than Thunderbolts that made a really strong impression on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like K-pop Demon Hunters, like even like the parents that watch these movies with their kids, they like the movie because the songs are good. Because the music in it's good, and they're like, oh my god, I love that movie. I love that song. Like, because you know sometimes it's some songs like will play at school and stuff, but it's like they're like, oh my god, I love that song. I love that movie, and it's like you don't get that very often. Like with kids movies, like parents typically like don't really like to like they'll watch it because like their kids want to watch it, but they're not like loving it. They're like, I love it. Like I love that.
No, they love the songs and the story's really good too. So
and I wasn't sure what
see it.
I wasn't sure how much of our followers have seen K-pop Demon Hunters because obviously our followers are not children. But I wasn't sure how many people like really dabbled in and saw it. So now that you told me that, I think that might win movie of the year.
I think I'm still gonna go with Wicked.
It's between that and Wicked.
Though I do like K-pop Demon Hunters, but I think that Wicked, like in itself, is just a bigger movie that people are going to the theater to actually watch and like dressing up for and everything. Marketing wise, I personally, for my favorite movie of the year, because did you say your favorite movie of the year was K-pop Demon Hunters?
I think I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
But like your personal favorite too. What was your personal? And I think mine might have been Superman.
I love that.
Superman I really liked Superman. So I don't think Superman's gonna win movie of the year.
I would love
it. But the Batman did win movie of the year a few years ago. So I don't know.
I don't know. I really liked that Batman movie.
They're coming out with a freaking sequel, I don't know, in like freaking 5 years or something. It's coming out.
Keeps getting delayed. Huh?
I know. So I guess we'll just have to see. But you guys, please, if you voted in our Artist of the Year Face-Off tournament, or if you are voting, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate the support. We love the engagement. And if you're listening right now, please leave a comment, shoot us a DM. Let us know what your favorite movie of the year was, and we'll throw it in our Face-Off tournament. That way, when you're voting for movie of the year, you know for sure that your favorite movie is going to be actually considered to be in the Face-Off tournament. Right. So I'm excited.
If you're not already following us on Instagram, which is where we post pretty much the most, it's at our Not So Simple Lives podcast. It's just pod.
But I mean, if you write podcast, we'll come up.
It'll still come up. Our Not So Simple Lives pod. So go follow us on there. We're posting a lot on our story for the voting and whatnot. So make sure you get your vote in if you want your favorite artist or your favorite movie to win for the whole year.
Love that.